Today we are going over the math behind playsets, and if you catch my drift, I'm giving you this warning right now that this video is going to go over a heavy amount of numbers and retail strategy. If you don't like watching this stuff, you might want to turn this off right now. But that is your fair warning because I have no clue how long this is going to take. I'm not practicing it. I made the slides and we're going to see what happens, right? So basically, there's been a lot of talk about playsets and how people can sell it for so low. It doesn't make sense because realistically, um, a playset of Date A Live recently was going for $300. And to make a playset, you needed to open 8 boxes at $52. I know some people get it for lower, but let's just say at $52, 8 boxes, you're looking at $416 is what a person would have had to pay in order to open enough boxes to make a playset. And people were selling that for $300, right? So you're taking a loss instantly if you were the guy doing it. Not only are you using manpower, some people make you pay for postage, some people don't. You have to sleeve these, so there's actual materials that you're using to pack this all up, right? It's not just straight up you're buying boxes. You're putting other things into it, mainly man hours or woman hours, whatever. But you're putting a lot of time into it, materials into it, and you're losing 116. So kind of blows people's minds on it. I should have actually started with this, but so, again, what a playset is for people that don't know is normally it's sold by a store. You can buy it from people on Facebook too. It's a set of 4 of each common, uncommon, rare, double rare, climax common, and climax rare from a set. So when I went over my video yesterday of Magia record, there you saw the same very slide. Basically, you could have pre-ordered at $300 at market value. If you were to attempt to buy all the same thing up here, right now off TCG Player, you'd be paying $373. So it's definitely worth it to buy a playset at $300. You can also buy a playset plus a playset of trial decks, and what you're gonna get is you're going to see it at $413, and you could have pre-ordered it for $335. Again, totally worth it. So if you're newer, or if you just want to save money, you don't want to open boxes, but you want just a functioning set, this is everything you'll need. So a $300 pre-order for a playset, totally worth it. No matter what set I took a look at, it was worth it every time. Again, I didn't go super far back because, as we know, cards are harder to find back then. So, which again tells me playset was worth it. So at this point, $300 is worth it. And so if it's $416, why are these people doing it? Is it because of their kindness of their heart? That's not really it. Not really it at all. Because again, what you're missing from a playset is you're missing the SRs, triple rares, the SPs that come out. And there's stores that are like, how come these people are selling at $300? They're losing money. And I'm like, not really, right? They're not really losing money. So then I started sitting here and I'm like, what does this remind me of? I know exactly what this reminds me of. Do you remember back in the day when you went to Walmart, Kmart during the summer, like right before school, and they sold a bunch of these notepads? They're actually the bigger notepads. This is the only notepad I have on me, but they're selling notepads at notebooks, folders, all this stuff. Like you would have a notebook at 10 cents, and you're like, why would they be selling at 10 cents? How can they make money? And truthfully, I say that, but I'm like, I wonder if they could have made it for 10 cents. Like, was it really 10 cents? I don't even know anymore how much things cost, but basically they were using a loss leader strategy. So again, a loss leader strategy involves selling a product or service at a price that is not profitable, but is sold to attract new customers or sell additional products and services to those customers. Loss leading is a common practice when a business first enters a market. A loss leader introduces customers to a service or product in the hopes of building a customer base and securing future reoccurring revenue. Sound familiar now? Basically, some of these people are taking in a loss, whether they're using this as a loss leader strategy or just straight out undercutting people. This is what's actually occurring right now, and I don't know if people really understand it. So you may not have thought it was a loss leader, like people that are actually doing it didn't think about it, but really that's what's happening. I know stores sell Playsets because they sell other things like playmats or card protectors, all this other stuff. So again, I get you in this door with this cheap playset, online or physical store, whatever, and then you buy other things while you're there. The other part again is people just straight up undercutting. People are undercutting because, as you'll see in my numbers, those shiny cards make it worth it. And again, if they're not doing this as a business, like this is kind of like a hobby, every 30 days they get a new product, they spend a weekend making play sets and sending it out. That's some nice side money, right? That's what's actually happening here. And again, the reason why I'm saying all this, like even why I'm even doing this video, is so people can fully understand what's happening here, and you can base your decisions, whether you're a business or the actual customer yourself, by what I'm actually telling you. Oop, didn't want to do that one. So this is key takeaways. I only put this here because the article that had it was kind of, in my mind, it reflects what people were saying on Facebook, like these key takeaways. A loss leader strategy prices a product lower than its production costs in order to attract people. We knew that. It's a controversial strategy that is considered predatory, and I got that feeling from the actual brick and mortar stores, the real actual stores that were having issues with this. You can tell they're upset. And again, I'm not saying that they shouldn't have been upset. I'd be upset too if I run a store. I sell play sets or I sell boxes, and my customers or my players at my store are buying from that other guy and then walking in with that play set, sitting in my store, not buying anything, and then playing with somebody else's cards that they bought. So it's definitely messed up, right? You're stealing customers, and at the same time you're providing an actual physical safe location, and you're not getting anything for it. It's very messed up, actually. So again, there's a lot of new people coming, new sellers anyways, that are trying to penetrate this market. Obviously, they see an opportunity here and they're going for it. Large companies can afford to price a product with no margins because they have products they can sell profitably. So again, this is your other stores that would have sold for card protectors, deck supplies, all of that good stuff. All right, and again, loss leading strategies can hurt small business as well as suppliers who might be forced to keep their prices low so that business can continue with its loss leading strategy. So in the end, it kind of depends on what the community really wants to do based on it. But let me go into the numbers, right? So let's take a look. Here we go. So this is actually, I'm a numbers guy, if you haven't figured out yet. I like playing with numbers. I analyze numbers. That's what I like to do with my life. I partially do that for my job. So here is a bunch of what I started sitting here doing. Was I was like, let me just make a playset of Date A Live, of Adventure Time, FGO, Magia record, and let's see what it comes out to be. Because again, before I did all these numbers, I didn't realize how messed up it was to sell these at $300. So, I know Date A Live is kind of a really strong set price-wise, so you're going to see a humongous difference. So again, I just priced them all out. I don't know if the numbers really matter all that much, but if you want to see the numbers, feel free. Like, I'm gonna flash through them. So again, what I did was I took all the different commons, uncommons, rares, double rares, climax commons, climax rares, trial decks, and promos. You get one of each in my made up thing here. And what it actually came out to be was $675. If you wanted to buy, and this is of last week, so maybe prices fluctuated a little bit, but if you wanted to buy a playset with trial decks and one of each promo card, you're going to be looking at $675 for a Date A Live playset. Again, there was 10 double rares, so you had to get 8 boxes. And, you know, again, at 52 times 8, you're looking at 416. Again, and they were selling it for 350. So right away you're taking a loss. But again, what was actually missing from that calculation? It's this. Let's scroll over here. I figured out if I just put my Excel on the other screen, or partially in the other screen, I don't have to flash my name, so that's why I had to do that right there. Okay, so again, somebody making a playset doesn't have to give you the shiny stuff. And what we have here are the listing out of all the triple rares, super rares, special rares, secret rares, trial deck triple rares, and then you also have the special rare from the trial deck. So, and what I did was here, I was assuming that you're going to be opening cases and all this other stuff. So I'm assuming this person at least made 2 playsets. So that would have been, again, you're going to be opening 1 case for 2 playsets. And again, let's see what we got. So I'm added all this stuff up. Again, the special rares and the secret rare, I kind of kept this low. I wrote it at 2,000. People would be like, oh, but you can change the number. It doesn't matter. Like if I change this thing right here to, if I even change Kurumi SEC to 1,000, you're still making $2,000. I could play with these numbers all day, right? Like 500. Let's just cut these. Just from opening Date A Live, you're making about $2,000. Let's say fees and all this other stuff you take out. Even 1,500. Let's just say 1,500. I don't care what you want to say. This is a huge amount of money. So for every 2 playsets you can sell, potentially you can make a lot of money. So again, and I want to go back here because you're thinking about secret rare. I assume secret rare as a master case. I know that didn't seem to be the case with this one, but that's my point. Like I just dropped Kurumi. You can drop Kurumi 500, whatever. You're still looking at $2,000. It doesn't matter. Like I'm gonna undo all that, but that's kind of how that worked. Like no matter what you have, like you have some crazy amount of profit that people would have made from this. So again, if you are a player, totally worth it here to have bought a playset. If you are a playset maker, you benefit from the fact that all the shiny cards equals a whole lot of money. This went across the board. No matter what I did, it happened every time. Like, so this is not Date A Live, this is Adventure Time. Okay, Adventure Time, same thing. What I did, you can ignore this side, I didn't do anything with this. Adventure Time, if I were to try to make a playset on my own for $21.45, right now, right now $421.45, and if you bought the playset with trial decks, $350. Okay, FGO, just zoom in for you. Same deal. $386, $330, and again, I know it kind of seems close, but at the same time, you're always guaranteed a decent price if you buy it at these lower prices. Once they start getting into $350, if they ever go back to being $350, $375, something like that, probably not going to be worth it on every set. But for the majority of the time, what I've seen, even Magia record. Magia record. Did I not do Magia record? No, I did. Where is Playset? Playset. Oh, I already did it. It's on my freaking slide. There we are. Bam. Magia record. Totally worth it. So again, going back to here, let's take a look. I did add this one up for Magia record. Even a weak set like Magia record, you're looking at 900. Actually, no. I didn't do this. I'm just going to zero these out here. There came a point where I started just not caring because basically what the numbers tell me is you're going to be making a profit no matter what the set. So you can see here that profit on Magia record 576. I didn't even add the trial deck. I just zeroed out all the trial deck. Just because I didn't like no matter what set I looked at the $416 of booster boxes, you're always going to be making money. It's kind of like, again, are you a store that has to pay overhead, that has to pay an employee to do this, or are you just a guy or lady that is getting stuff sent to your house or apartment? You're opening it for fun, and you're shipping this out for people. And at the end of it, you get to pocket all the shinies, you get to sell that and all that. So when people go and say, how are people selling these things and making money? This is your answer. They're taking an intentional loss. Plain and simple. They're taking an intentional loss for the sheer fact that they know these shiny cards are going to make up for it. Again, if the set turns out to be super strong, like it was with Date A Live, you're making a lot of money. If you are looking at a set like Magia Record, you are going to be making a little bit of money, but you're still making a little bit of money. It's a nice way to pass an afternoon, maybe. That's what I could see. I mean, if you like opening packs and seeing different things, then it's like a fun hobby, and that's what it's turning out to be for some people. Fun hobby, but at the same time, so again, what I really want to say is, if you are a player, you're definitely going to want to buy playsets if you want your cheapest way to own an entire playable set. Me personally, I don't like that because I like to have the shinies. I don't buy playsets. That's just me personally. And I like the thrill of opening things. If you are a store, this is going to tick you off. Because again, like I said at the beginning of this, you have people literally undercutting you or doing the loss leader on you. You're paying a bunch of bills. Now you're not selling as much as you wanted to, so the profit from actually selling playsets has gone down on you drastically because you can't capture that signature card, those shinies that you once did. You're not going to be getting that amount of volume. And again, I think personally for me, this definitely hurts the community. I think one of the weaknesses of the Weiss Schwarz community is we don't have a lot of LGSs. Me personally, I would love to see way more LGSs pop up. And I feel that this whole people undercutting play sets is going to hurt the game overall. Because stores aren't going to carry it. And from what I saw, when it came to online kind of playing, and people are going to tell me people play online, but let's be real here. How many people really do play this thing online? How many people participated in Weiss Schwarz Week? Did you get on that Discord meeting, Discord call, whatever you wanted to call it, and actually play the game, hang out with the staff? Because I was there, and I remember how many people were there. There wasn't a lot. The participation was low. So again, LGS is 100% needed for this game to grow. If you let these LGSs die, you are going to have quite a problem. So hopefully this doesn't happen. So again, for me, if I was if I was a guy looking to buy a playset, I would not buy it from these people online. I would definitely buy it from, like, in order, my local LGS. Um, if I don't have a local LGS, which I do not, I would buy it from an actual store just to send them support. And then, if worst comes to worst, I'd buy from random guy um, on Facebook that just sells these things all the time. Um, I don't, and there's people arguing it for both ways. I don't know if you fully understand the ramification of losing LGSs. This is something that is happening in Magic the Gathering. And if you lose the support of your LGS, you're going to lose a player base that you're never going to get back again. Because again, how do you find this stuff? Really hard. People are having a hard time right now just finding product around the release date. I feel bad. There's some guy that actually wrote on Weiss Schwarz put out a video about Beaufry coming out. He's like, where do I get it? And it's like, dude, you missed the boat. I know, because they're like, the video is like, it's on sale May 26th or whatever it is. And it's like, truly, we all know that you have to pre-order these things now. You can't just show up to the store, for the most part, and just find product. It's not going to be there. Anyways, I kind of veered off from where I'm going, but basically, again, just to wrap things up, playset customer, buy it if you need it. If you are a store, I feel bad for you. People are going to straight up undercut you because they see it, right? You have this number right here. This number is crazy. Who wouldn't want to be in the business of selling playsets at a loss? Yeah, they might take a loss, but again, like what, they lose $100, like this minus 100, and then they don't, for the most part, probably they don't have to pay taxes. That'll change next year with the whole stimulus plan taxing thing, but right now it's a sweet deal, right? For the people doing it, you make a whole lot of money. You get to open products, so that kind of fills your need to and you get something to do on the weekend. So unfortunately, I think without the community supporting the LGS, like behind the LGS, this is just going to happen. More and more people are going to realize what I realized by doing these numbers. I don't know if people ran these numbers before they did it, or they just started doing it for fun and then looked it up. But again, this is really the numbers behind it. The truth is, you're going to see more people do it as more people realize this. And the reason why I'm bringing attention to this is because I want the player base that actually buy playsets to actually buy it from the actual store. Support your store, or support any store, but support our actual store, so that we all have a place to play at. Again, I would love to play at a store right now. I think that would be amazing. Play with actual players and talk about different things. I think that would be fun, but I can't do that. And for the people that are out there that have a store and buy from somebody else because it's $40 cheaper, I think that's a shame. You're missing out on what that LGS actually gives you. And if that LGS were to disappear, how much that would actually affect your player life. And maybe they don't disappear. Maybe they stop supporting Weiss Schwarz. They don't want you there because it's not profitable. It's going to be a sad day. So, okay. Thanks. For those that stuck with me, congratulations.